Hello, YouTube and my 13 subscribers. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot of vlogs, but I just have a few funny stories I want to share with the world. So the couple of videos I plan on doing are the terrible dates I have. So it's a combination of just, here dates that I've been on, people that I asked out, obviously, and online dating. I've had some blunders meeting women online. Things didn't go well in a lot of situations, and that's what these videos are gonna be for sharing that. For sharing the goofiness of the dates I've been on. With that introduction out of the way, let's get started. So this date was from a girl, I think it was on Tinder that I matched. We talked, we were texting for a little while, and then we got into talking on the phone, like an hour here and there sometimes, and everything was going well. We had a lot of things in common. So we were definitely, I thought we were definitely compatible. No, you weren't! So after a while, I told her we should get together sometime really soon. I think that you're really cool. She's really cute too. Those two things, I'm gonna want to date you, at least go on a date with you. We started to try and plan the date. It was a little rough planning the date. Planning a date shouldn't be bad, but it was. I started to make suggestions. Here's basically after like the 3 or 4 days of us trying to plan this date, she really set a couple of, here are the things that I had to make sure were going to happen. One, we had to have 2 cars. She didn't want follow from one place to the other. I guess it makes sense. The second thing, she wanted us to meet like in a neutral location first, talk and figure out if we want to keep going on a longer date, I guess. Figure out we weren't both fake. And so with that, I suggested we go little lake area that was by where she lived, just to walk around and talk a little bit there. But it had to be inside. That was her third thing. She didn't want it to get too hot. I know what you're thinking. These are a lot of excuses. Feels like she doesn't want to go, but she did. Don't even think about that. You're wrong. If you thought that, you're wrong. She did. The other thing was it couldn't be too late. She wanted to meet up around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not that she had plans afterwards. I guess if she wanted to make plans afterwards, she was very in her head. Here are some things that going into the date I knew about, and most of the people watching this and most people in general, they know what red flags are. Everybody has their own set of red flags. Looking back at it now, these are what I would consider red flags. I shouldn't have went on this date. She told me that in the middle of a date she's bailed before for just, it was a really bad individual that she went on a date with. She didn't know he was like a bad hombre. She didn't get that far before going on the date. She kept saying how like nervous she was and how anxious she was to meet me and everything. I personally thought that was a good thing. I thought being really like nervous meant that was hoping it was gonna work out and she didn't want to mess it up. Looking back now, I think that was bad. Yeah, I think that was bad. Every time we were trying to plan it, oh, we gotta take 2 cars. No, it can't be outside. This and that. She kept trying to reschedule. She was like, it's okay, we can just reschedule this. No, it's fine, we can do this. So I kept trying to calm the situation down and say, no, it's fine, we can still do this. It's one other red flag. I don't think it's gonna throw up a red flag in the future. When I asked her about how were you in school, her response shocked me. She said that she left school at the age of 14 to go on tour with her friend's band. She wasn't in the band. So I think she was a groupie. I didn't ask a lot of follow-ups. It seemed like a sore subject. I don't think you'd want to go into too much detail with someone about why you didn't finish school. Anyway, those are the things I knew going in. Now let me tell you the story about how the date went. So for a neutral location, we agreed to meet at her apartment's parking lot. Not at her apartment, but in the parking lot for her apartments. We kind of stood in the parking lot under some shade and talked for like 30 minutes. Yeah, it went well. We decided to go ahead and continue on with the date. When I asked, she didn't want to take 2 cars, I said, do you want me to go ahead and drive us both there? And she said that she had planned on driving the whole time. Red flag, dude! I went with it. Threw me off a little bit. That's a weird thing to say when someone volunteers to be the driver. So we're on our way to the wine bar. We were hitting it off phenomenally, joking and talking, and it was just a great time, chatting about music. It's good stuff. We got there, I opened the door, total gentleman, that's what I do. We sat down, got a glass of wine. To this point, it was a mutual good time. I thought the date was going well. Every now and then I would just kind of looking at her. She would ask, what are you looking at? You're just so beautiful. She had really big, beautiful eyes. I was just in awe that I was on this date with this really attractive woman because that doesn't happen to me very often. She looked down at her phone and told me that her friends, they had developed this system. The friends knew that one of their friends was on a date, so they would text them, ask them what their favorite color was. And the person's response was gonna basically determine what was gonna happen next. Green meant the date's going well, everything everything is fine and dandy, no need to worry. Yellow, it's like a tentative yes. It's like, you know what, I'm unsure so far. Ask me again in like 10 minutes. And red, get me out of here. I can't be on this date anymore. I asked her what she replied, and she said, oh, green, of course. It was good. It's an interesting way to get out of a date. And then she said the bartender kept looking over at us. She said that in the past, she's went on a date there before, and it was not good. Like, I don't know if it was another bad hombre or what. Bartender helped her get out of the date. He was probably just trying to figure out if she was good or not. We kept talking. A musician came in and started kind of setting up, and I asked if she wanted to stick around. She said if we stuck around, we actually have to pay a $20 cover, and we were not about that life. We got up and left. We were sitting in the car. I asked if she was hungry, and she's like, I'm starving. We sat a little bit and decided where we wanted to go. She said there was this place just a little bit north that had a really good macaroni steak burger thing. I don't remember 100%. It had macaroni in it. I told her I wasn't super hungry, but I could definitely eat like an appetizer or something small. She mentioned that this place also had this spinach artichoke dip. Boom, that's like my favorite appetizer. I was sold. I was like, we're going to this place, let's do it. So we're driving there, everything's going well. We get there, we were even having fun trying to find a parking space. Wow, we are having fun doing the most meaningless of tasks, finding a parking spot. Who has fun doing that? So anyway, we go inside, we get a seat, and this is where things started to turn sour. The server comes around and we order that appetizer. I wanted the spinach artichoke dip. Who doesn't love spinach artichoke dip? Some of you probably don't. While waiting, we were looking through the menu, and I asked if she was gonna get that macaroni thing that she wanted. She said no. She said she wasn't gonna eat anything if I wasn't gonna eat anything. Whoa, wait. Told you before we came that I wasn't super hungry, so this does not add up. This is weird. You're hungry, we're in a restaurant you wanted to come to, and you're with a guy who's gonna pay ultimately. Doesn't make any sense why you're not ordering your food. So I looked through the menu some more. I said I would get this burger. Found a burger that looked pretty good. And this is the exact moment where everything went upside down. Nothing went well from this point on. Spoiler alert, things went poor after this. She told me not to get anything if I wasn't hungry. Psh, girl, I'll eat if I say I'll eat, and I'll take home whatever I don't eat, alright? That's how it works. She said it was fine. She was gonna come back later on tonight with her friend and order her thing then. Girl's all over her phone again, and I was jokingly asking if her friends had asked her what her favorite color was again. I'm a joking guy. Oh, red, right? It's red right now. Bad move. She just went, stop, no. She then asked if I had Chase Bank. Very curiously, I asked, no, why? Her reply was just, oh, no reason. Was quiet for a little bit after that. She asked if I had any other way that she could pay me back. No, pay me back. I planned on getting the tab, so no. I asked, why? Why do you have to pay me back? Because I'm leaving. At this time, the server had come back, and the comedic timing of this could not have been any better. She set down the dip, and then my date dipped. Come on, I couldn't have wrote that. That really happened, okay? I was so shocked that I immediately texted her. Honestly, I had a lot of mixed emotions at that time, and because I'm a man of no shame, I will show you the exact text conversation in its entirety. Hey, come on, please come back. You're just obviously not into it. No thank you. Enjoy. I can't believe you're leaving me here. I was having such a great time with you. You didn't say so. I'm sorry. Have a good night. Please don't do this. Sad emoji. I'm sorry. We won't be able to get over this. Want me to call you an Uber? No, it's okay, I get it. I'll figure out a ride. I just wish I knew what I did wrong. I hope that you find what you're looking for. You too. That was the last time we've talked. I definitely have not reached out to her because that was terrible. So I'm just sitting there now, trying to get the server's attention. She finally came around and asked how everything was. My date's gone. She's not coming back. She just kind of left and walked off. Wow. Thanks, server. I got the server to come back around, and I made sure to clarify my statement a little more, just in case she didn't understand the circumstances of my current situation. So I'm not going to eat this. When I get the check, my date really ditched me, and she is not coming back. Oh, I thought you were kidding. No, I wasn't. She's gone. So I sit there for like 5 or so more minutes and she comes back. So don't worry about this. You don't have to pay for it. You're okay. So they just gave me that, pretty sure just out of sheer pity. I mean, that's nice. That was cool. That was a bright side, I guess. It didn't taste good. I didn't even want to eat it. So that was cool. So I get up and I walk outside. At this point, I was so far away from my car, I was gonna need to get a ride, so I started making some calls. Mom, busy. Dad, lives in Apache Junction and didn't feel like driving out there. Couple of friends, all couldn't make it up there. Guess which dummy had to blow $40 on an Uber to get back to his car? If you guessed me, you win! So I Uber back to my car. On the way, I tell my driver this depressing, unfortunate tale, and I get in my car and I drive home. And I just sit there in shock. Like, did this really all just happen? Yes. Yes, it did. But guess what? Guess what? I am not discouraged. Not giving up on life. It's not over. I'm grateful. Grateful I ruined the first date and don't have to go on any more dates with this rude, judgmental, shallow woman. Now listen up, lady Flake McDitch. If you're watching this, I do want to tell you something. Thank you for this very funny, fantastic story that I get to share with everybody I know. And I hope you realize you're terrible. And if you think doing this to nice, honest guys is an effective way of dating, you are going to find out that the only reason you're still single is you. Good luck with your life, loser. So thank you to everybody that watched this video. I appreciate it. Gonna have a couple other dating fail videos coming up real soon. And if you have some thought about why she may have left the date, you can go ahead and leave that down in the comment section below. I just want to say I thank everybody who watches these videos, and I do hope that you continue to, and you suggest my videos to people you know. I do hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Well, that was probably the worst date of my life. I mean, I'm not really depressed about it or anything. Just, I find it odd that you have no remorse for leaving someone stranded 20 miles away from their own car and like not even feel bad. I think it's just a little bit of I have a change for that saying that nice guys finish last. Nice guys get stranded at a restaurant 20 miles away from their own car, no way to get back. And I'm not mad. I feel bad that that's the only way she felt like she can get out of that date, and it had to end that way. This dating is so hard. I'm over it. I'm just gonna marry some vegetables or die alone or something.